When I was a child, I listened to the stories my father told me about the Himalayas, when he was there, hiking for several weeks in the greatest mountain range of this world. I heard about these huge snowy-capped mountains, of the yaks and the Sherpa culture, but also about the altitude sickness and the bloody cold. Since then, I've ever been fascinated of the Himalayas, and when I had the opportunity to experience it on my own for around 3 weeks with a friend, I flew to the country of Nepal, which is covered 75% by this mountain range. The plan was to hike the 3 passes trek to the base camp of the highest mountain on earth, the Mount Everest. This video should provide you with the information you need if you want to do this trek as well, what you can expect and what difficulties await you on the way. It is a story of suffering and great rewards, a story of defeats and little victories, a story which is gonna stay a long time in my memory. I hope you enjoy it. I arrived here to Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, and with me is my good old buddy Simon. Woohoo! We checked into our hostel, cuddled a cute dog, and after the night it was time to explore the capital. Kathmandu is located at an elevation of 1,400 meters, a first good start for the acclimatization. For me, Kathmandu was a mix between Hindu and Tibetan culture. The food included buttered chicken, chicken tikka masala with naan breads, but as well momos and dal butts. The people were a mixture of dark Hindu-looking faces as well as Asian, Tibetan-like people. It was a bustling city, fully crammed with people, narrow alleyways and old, unstable-looking buildings. It was just the chaos of a too dense populated city. We visited the ancient capital of Bhaktapur, with its typical high temples and main squares called the Durbar Squares. Another really special sight, quite shocking, is the Pashupatinath temple, situated on the Bagmati river. Because the river is sacred for the Hindus, the families were burning there the dead bodies of their family members. It was quite special to see the bodies burn, creating smoke and fire and the taste of burning meat. A very unique and disturbing experience. They burn the dead bodies here. We just saw an ambulance coming with a dead body. And on the river directly there wait the families and they burn the bodies. Yeah, further sights as the Monkey Hill with a good view over the city and the huge Bodhanath Stupa I can recommend. Good morning, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. We are heading to a remote airport called Ramechhap. We are here in Ramechhap waiting for the flight to Lukla. If you've never heard about Lukla, Lukla is considered to be the most dangerous airport in the world, as the piste sits on a steep hill, on the one side the mountain and on the other side the abyss, so that the plane had only one chance to land. I was scared as hell. Arrived here to the Lukla airport. It's quite busy, a lot of airplanes landing. It's cold. This is Lukla, 2,860 meters. That's the start of our trek. Yeah, day one, let's go. The first section is going through pine forests and yeah, there's quite a lot of people hiking through here. There are people living here. I already can feel the altitude. Everything is more exhausting, but I like it. The only thing is our guide is, I have no idea. Why do we have a guide? That's the question. Since this month it is required to have a guide in Nepal if you wanna hike. We were quite disappointed for that, as we like to hike independently for the greater experience. Anyways, we had a guide, but as he never liked to stop and admire the landscape, we hardly saw him, as he was always a few kilometers in front of us. That's a huge one! So we arrived at our first place called Phakding. Here we are eating a dal bhat, this is called. Let's try. Delicious. We went to sleep early that night. We were quite anxious about the cold, as we were already freezing and we still had to climb more than 3,000 meters up. The cold is going to be a big enemy of our trip. It's day 2 of the trek. Today's goal is Namche Bazaar, which is going to be 3,400 meters. It's already freezing cold. Let's go. The second day we arrived in Namche Bazaar. It is the capital of the Sherpas, a little village embedded on a mountain slope full of trekkers and Sherpas. At 3,440 meters we needed an acclimatization day, because you shouldn't climb more than 300 meters a day, which today was the case. So the next day we did a little round trip to some nearby villages called Kumjung and Kunde with beautiful monasteries. In one, apparently there was a school of a Yeti. We asked our guide if he ever saw a Yeti. He just looked at us, didn't say anything and gave us a look with his judgeful eyes, whatever that means. So we're entering here Thame Valley. It's a little bit more off the beaten track. It was the first day not hiking on the Everest base camp track to get to the first pass. So we encountered way less tourists on these days. Wirklich? Today's goal is to ascend a few hundred meters, because as you know, against the altitude sickness, go high and sleep low. That's what we are doing. And yeah, I'm not taking Dimex since 1 day. I feel great.
It's not here.
That's Dutch.
4,000 meters, there's no headache, but yeah, in these altitudes I can really feel it's hard to hike up, especially when it's steep. Yeah, but look at this landscape, it's so beautiful up here. Just everything is cold, dry, so yeah, I drink quite a lot, like 5 to 6 liters a day. It was slowly getting really high. We were reaching altitudes over 4,000 meters and we could really feel it. The oxygen was so sparse that sometimes you just had the feeling there was not enough oxygen. Nice cozy lodge here. Let's check the restroom. That's the restroom. Yeah, nice.
Okay, bon appetit. I'm also going to eat.
So the plan right now is to hike a little bit up to acclimatize. I'm not gonna take the camera because it's slowly getting really hard because of the altitude. It's cold, it's dry. Yeah, it's getting hard. We are here at 4,400 meters around. Yeah, let's get some warm clothes and go a little bit up. Better than yesterday. Where is it dropping? One better than yesterday. Nice. $5,000 meters! Woohoo! It was quite a tough story climbing up this huge pass. The lack of oxygen was a real matter. When I reached the top, I was plagued with a big headache. Would I be able to continue this hike? I was struggling, I didn't know. Climbing down was hard, we were both done, and in the night my headache was getting worse. Made it here to Gokyo. It's directly on a lake, so beautiful, a blue lake, white mountains. Oh man, I am done. This was a crazy day. I have a huge headache. Oh yeah, and here is my friend. Poor little guy. I still decided to climb Gokyo where beautiful views were rewarded. Still, I wanted to give the hike up due to my worsening headache. We climbed here one of the most beautiful viewing points on the trek. It's called Gokyo. Behind me you can see my friend Simon. And wow, this night I couldn't sleep. I woke up with the worst headache. Climbed up this mountain with the worst headache. It's still a lot of pain. But yeah, the view is worth it and I'm going to climb down now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Should I descend and take another, like the average Everest base camp track way? Or still do the Cho La Pass? I don't know, but my headache is killing me right now. Look at this beautiful view. Nevertheless, after lunch, it was gone. I don't know how, but I just told me there was a gift from these mountains. We crossed a huge glacier and stayed in a little village called Thame. I took a pill of Diamox, and the next day it was time to climb the second pass. Let's climb the second pass, Cho La Pass. Whoa. Chola, 5,420 meters. We mastered the second pass and stayed at the village of Jongla. Next day, we hiked to Lobuche. I tried a chicken pizza and then continued the hike to Gorakshep at incredible 5,180 meters. And to end our day, we hiked to Pathar, the highest point of our hike with 5,545 meters, where we enjoyed the view to the highest mountain on earth. And finally, after 11 days, we made it to the Everest base camp. What a feeling to stand on the feet of the highest mountain of the world. Just a dangerous Khumbu glacier was standing in the way and hundreds of tents for the people who wanted to climb this mountain. It is an incredible feeling of achievement you have standing there. Your body just wants to go down. Everything here, it's just a case of suffering because of these altitudes. There's no joy, there's no life, just a pure survival instinct. Anyways, you standing there on this famous Everest base camp at incredible 5,360 meters after hiking so many days with your heavy backpack, it is just an unbelievable feeling. The last 3 days were not easy at all, actually maybe the most exhausting ones of the whole trip, as we climbed up and down the whole time.
I'm in Himalayas now.
Nevertheless, the green landscapes, the trees, the birds singing, also the sounds of the insects and the rustling of the leaves was medicine for our oxygen-deprived soul and body. And also the little rustic huts we spent the night were the perfect shelter to gain again our precious sleep. Yeah, it was a really hard day today. Actually, it was the hardest day of our 14 days right now. Yeah, we made it to a little village called Kharikola. Totally wasted. Oh. It is the second day without guides on this trip, or the 15th hiking day. And yeah, today's goal we don't know yet, because maybe it's Kathmandu, maybe it's Ringmu, maybe it's Chonbesi. It depends how hard this trail is going to be. Yeah, our hike was coming to an end. There were mixed feelings about it, relieved that after so many days finally we could rest, but on the other hand a little bit sad that this adventure was over. We had a last night in a wonderful little rustic house where we enjoyed the quietness of this untouched place. We watched together the fall of the night while a woman was cooking delicious food for us. After a last chapati with omelette, we made it down. It were exciting 16 days hiking. Definitely one of the most exhausting things I've done in my life. I'm sure I'm not gonna forget all the suffer and all the rewards this trek gave me. And it was a pleasure to do it with you, Simi, my hiking buddy. Without you, it would not have been the same. As a German saying says, geteiltes Leid ist halbes Leid. Made it here to Salleri. Let's take tomorrow the bus to Kathmandu.
Made it to Salleri. Tomorrow we take the bus.